So one thing I forgot to show you is I did get new tires on my truck. For those of you who don't know, I got a Chevy Silverado 1500 2019. Back in the fall, I put an add leaf in the rear suspension, which I don't know how much you can really see in there with all the road salt and everything on it. An 1.5-inch spacer, or 2.5-inch spacer in the front, so the truck sits pretty level now. And for tires, I put 275 70 18. These are the Kenda Cleaver, depends who you ask, RTs. I got them off eBay, shipped to the house with tax, $1,080. So far they probably got about 1,000 miles on them, and they work great. We haven't had a ton of snow to try them out on, but with a little bit of hard packed snow and ice they got, they seem to work really good. So the roads here, they aren't too bad shape. They just went through, plowed and sanded them. So I'm about 15 degrees out. I'm gonna take a quick trip to the dump and then do a little road around. After that, most of the roads will be pretty bare. We'll go along for the ride. I'm gonna take you for a quick ride just down my road. Keep the camera straight. Yeah, you can see it. It's definitely a quiet little area. The snow is all just from last night. I'd say 5-6 inches. Yeah, these tires, they perform great on these roads anyways. They've been in the slush, they've been great. On my last truck I had the Nitto ridge grapplers. I only got to use them a little bit before I ended up trading the truck, because I had a lot of mechanical problems with that. Hence why I went from Ford to a Chevy. I was die-hard Ford for years, but I don't know, that truck cost me a pile of money. It was an 06 F-150 with the 5.4, and needless to say, I sank a lot of money into it with spark plug problems and then timing issues, and it's just kind of a sore subject. So when time came for a new truck, I decided to jump ship and try a Chevy out. This truck's got 37,000 on it so far. I've had new brake pads. I mean, that's pretty minor. I towed a trailer in the summer pretty steady with it. Probably about 4,500, 5,000 pounds total on it with my mowing equipment. My commute to work's only 5 miles each way, so I don't travel a lot, not like I used to. I always remember this time of year I used to work down on a military base, a couple hours away from here. And of course we'd always get, a lot of new military people that I'm sure some of them, or quite a few of them, never seen snow before. So first snowfall, there was always a pile of accidents. I mean, I wouldn't realize, how to react in the snow or how to drive in the snow. But around here, pretty much everybody's semi-used to driving in the snow. This is our main road. It's Route 11. Runs through the wall of New York State. Where I'm turning, we're in the village of Malone now. These little side streets don't get traveled as much. I definitely do think it's some of the better looking times of the year, especially when snow all sticks to trees and everything. There's people out walking. It's semi-cool. It's 20 degrees out. An older gentleman has Cub Cadet fired up. Head to the dump and we'll talk some more after. Today's just a run around day. Just got snow blowing done. I gotta go to the dump just to drop off a few things, mostly what I couldn't fit in our garbage can from Christmas time. And then I gotta head out to their small village and pick up an order of, we buy chicken in bulk, so I gotta pick that up. And I get some plumbing supplies to fix cooler I have, where one of the lines froze on it for making beer, left in the garage, and she froze up on me. So get a couple flare nuts and repair that. Big Victorian homes, beautiful places. Don't want the heating bill for any of them. I think most of them now at this point are apartment buildings. Oh, there's the John Deere version. Yeah, you can see these roads are all mostly hard packed snow through here. Looks like they dropped some sand here, but it must have ran out or turned around. Don't really drive much different than during the summer. You wouldn't want to go off the edge here. I mean, not much for guardrails, and you can see there's the rivers right there. This is the back way to our local, I used to call it a dump, but local transfer station. So basically drop our garbage off there, and then they come pick it up and bring it. It's probably 15 miles from here to the actual landfill. Yeah, these tires, they work great. I mean, I run this truck. I got that auto 4-wheel drive. I'm sure it's not in at this moment. You know, you can feel pretty confident driving these roads. This is mostly what our roads are like all winter. We cruise along, 40 miles an hour right now. There's no problem at all. River runs over there. This area used to flood out. Well, I say used to. It still does flood out. There used to be houses through here. I don't know if it's the town, state. Someone bought them all out because they get big ice dams, and this area is so low, they end up flooding out all the houses every single year. I'm sure it's some kind of liability issue or what, but they blame it on silt through the years. There's a corner or a bend in the river over here that's built up over time. I said they'd have to dredge it. Well, apparently it's out of the budget. So they just buy out the houses and people move elsewhere, and I guess it fixes the issue for the meantime. You can see that little island looking thing. I guess that never used to be there before my time. There's a small hydro dam off to the side over here. You can't really see it. There's some driveways right there for it. We're coming up on our local transfer station. You can see it here on the left. So we're heading. I'll put you guys down for a few moments. So I'm gonna have to wait in line for a second. I'll catch you after. Just left the transfer station. Didn't take long to spend money there. I mean, I think I had 80 pounds and it was almost 20 bucks. But my regular garbage pickup, I just do bi-weekly at my house. I get 2 big containers, and I think it's 50 or 55 a month. Here we're driving by one of our local prisons. We got 3 up here. That's Bear Hill Correctional. Medium security. You can see out this neck of the woods, a lot of farmland, some bigger farms around here. Not too many of the smaller farms left. Just, I guess, the economic times. It must be cheaper to produce milk at a bigger scale. So we're catch up to one of our local mail carriers. That's not a job I would want at all. Not this time of year anyways. intersection. This is called Bear Hill Road we were on. This is Route 37. On our left and right is their main state highway. Bring you up along Canadian border, or if we hang a left, that'll bring us back into Malone. We're going straight ahead. And that, I guess technically it's called County Route 8, but everyone's always called it Farm to Market for whatever reason. Yeah, like I said, I mean, for roads like this, these tires they handle awesome. Gonna be happier. I mean, the stock tires in these Silverados, I mean, they wore good. I mean, they're Michelin's, but they're just like an all-season, more of a car tire than anything. Roads like this, they're okay. I mean, I never got in an accident or nothing, but they'd slip and slide around a bit. I mean, like this right now, these roads are covered, and we were cruising along at 52, 53. And I do believe, I like really checked into it, but my speedometer I know is off by a couple miles an hour. Comparing my speedometer to a GPS. At 60 miles an hour, my truck's actually doing 62. So I gotta keep that in mind for traveling. I'm gonna continue my way down this road. It's about there 10-15 minutes where we're gonna go, and then stop in, get the rest of our run around done. Traveling along on this Farm to Market road. Kind of nice, with all the trees, just the way the heavy snow was, everything's sticking right to the trees. So it's really nice to look at. And I see a guy up here, looks like he's snowblowing with the same type of tractor I have. See him up here on the right. Little Kubota anyways, I'm not sure what series, but I think that tractor's a lifesaver. Let's see, look at him go. Yeah, same tractor's mine. Snowblower. Okay, good sized driveway. Been starting to get a lot of chicken farms up here. I think they're pretty much all Mennonite families. A lot of Amish and Mennonites came up here years back and bought up a lot of the land because it's definitely a lot cheaper than wherever they came from. Yeah, you can see the trees here. It's just, they're coated. It's definitely nice to look at. You get too much coating on though, next thing you know they're bending over and hitting the power lines, but a lot of tree crews, they do a pretty good job of keeping it open around the power lines. I don't think we get as many outages as we used to. So far we've traveled from Malone and we're heading, I would say this is probably Bangor at this point, and then we're driving into Brushton, which is just a very small little village. Some corners in this road. We're starting to get close to the village. Farm. They're still operating though. Yeah, they're still running. Yeah, there's definitely some nice places around here. There's a little horse farm over here. It's really nice. A nice gazebo. Drive on these roads, that's for sure. There's no way around winter. Been lucky. I mean, like I said in another video, I mean, we're middle of January at this point. It's 2023 now. And today was the second time I had a snow blow this season, which usually we have quite a bit of snow before now, but even this isn't hardly anything for snow. I mean, snowmobilers would be happy, might be just enough to get out and go, but still pretty bare. rest of the week, so they'll get a break. Oh, look at this, some car trying to pass. People are always in a rush. Yeah, a lot of times we take for granted. I'm just as guilty, but when you see stuff so much, as far as like the scenery in the area or whatever, you don't appreciate what you have until sometimes you gotta sit back and kind of try to look at it as if you didn't live here. You know, I've been here for just 30 plus years now, and this is the only place I really know. Actually, a shop there on the left, it's one of my friends who does construction, works at one of the aluminum smelting plants. He's gonna be building a house back there on that foundation at some point. There, coming into a speed zone. Getting close to the village. But there really is not much in this village. It's basically a convenience store, a grocery store, like a small grocery store, and a hardware store. But the grocery store, they'll do bulk orders of, I believe the owners are Mennonites, but they do bulk orders of chicken. So like I'll be picking up 40 pounds of chicken breasts and I think 20 pounds of chicken tenders and 10 pounds of wings. But a lot of that, when you order like that, you can get it for almost half, at least a third of the price, or a third off of the price of regular, you know, big chains of grocery stores. Get this picking up all done. Probably grab a couple subs for lunch for me and the wife. Then I'll head back home and I'll do a few projects this afternoon before we gotta head out for the night. But like I said, that's the old grade school. It's apartments now. And over here on the left is a gas station, and ahead of me is the hardware store where I'll be heading. Put you guys down and I'll go get my run around done and I'll check back in after. Got our chicken picked up, my plumbing parts picked up. I got about a 15-20 minute drive back to my house. I'm gonna break our chicken down and separate it up. Here's, well, we're kind of leaving it now, but this is Brushton. It's just a very, very small little town. I mean, I couldn't even tell you how many people live here. I mean, probably only a few hundred in the village limits. But this is the town that had my school I grew up in. I'm still shoveling away. Yeah, this is a main road that connects a lot of these little towns up here in northern New York. It's Route 11. So this one's usually always in pretty good shape. Now we're leaving village limits. I mean, I don't know how much you can hear. I'll try to stay quiet, but cruise is set for, well, we're slowing down. As I say, cruise is set for 50. 55. You can hear these tires, they do have some noise, but I don't think it's bad at all. Back up to speed here. Half the reason I make these videos because I think it'd be neat, you know, years down the road. Hopefully they'll last, you know, but maybe I'll kind of look back because there's a lot of changes that happen in some areas. I guess this area really hasn't changed that much in the last 20 years. You see a lot of it's just old farmland. I actually grew up not too far from here, one of the side roads. Parents had a dairy farm for years. They sold it right after I graduated high school. I didn't really have any wish to stay farming. Wasn't really worth it to me in the end. It was a lot of work, and it's too hard to make a living doing it. Up here on the right is a Used to be like a sales stable, like in the trucking and everything. I worked there after high school during the summers and stuff when I had time. Yeah, everything's snow covered. Here, I'll be quiet for a second. I got my cruise set for 59. Pick up tire noise, but it's not bad at all. I will say with the suspension I did on this truck and tires, I mean, it's probably a combination of everything. So the truck, it definitely doesn't ride like a, you know, the new half ton it once was. It rides, I'd say, more similar to like a 3/4 ton, but they're, you know, 10-ply tires. You know, that add-a-leaf added, definitely stiffened up the rear. I think once you get used to it, you don't really notice. And like I said, I'm not commuting a lot of miles. I put about 8,000 miles a year on the truck, so you know, I bought those items, you know, with the intentions of, you know, building the truck to serve a purpose, not to be a commuter. 6 months out of the year, it tows that trailer, so I wanted to set it up to do that. I wanted to change the looks of it a bit. Shut the camera off for a bit, and we'll start back up once we get in the Malone. From this point on, it's mostly just old farms and fields. A lot of different properties. There, just finished the last stop for the day. Just had to stop by one grocery store, get us a couple things. Time to finally head home. This town changes quite a bit, at least from what I remember. Definitely a lot of stuff still old. I mean, the outskirts have really grown up a lot, I think. New gas station going in over here. A lot of these buildings aren't horribly old up at this end. Dropping into the older part of town, going downtown. Way off in the distance where the hill is, that's basically where my house is. I'm just outside of the village. Sub shop. Some newer gas stations, Stewart's, which are all over up in this neck of the woods, but I guess they used the back for, used to be like a Rite Aid. I bought it out. I don't know if they use the back as warehouse or office space, but it's just the very front of the store is the actual store. Crazy busy. It's almost 11:30 on a Saturday morning. wherever they gotta go. Banks, there's a YMCA, big brick building. It's a gym now, but I guess it used to be an armory years ago. Up on the left is a Methodist church, and the next building's a courthouse. Courthouse pretty big. A couple of restaurants coming up on our left. Some of these older buildings, and over here they're building a new building. The original one burnt there some years back, and they've been working on building a new one now. Big mural. Painted that in the last year or two. Buildings, barbershop, banks, post office, another bank. So, larger churches over here, big stone one, and then across the road is another big brick one. Elementary schools up here. That's Flanders Elementary. So now we're leaving the downtown area. We're dropping on to what the locals call the flats. Dentist shop. Used to be a little bar restaurant up here on the right, but it's closed down. But I guess it's getting redone. Yeah, just a few little places to eat, convenience stores. Nothing too fancy down here. Big mural on that building. It's supposed to be talking about the fairgrounds. Sea-Doo dealership. That's grown a lot in the last few years. Moves into that building. Local Napa. And we turn on to my road, about a mile from here to my house. This road's usually pretty slushy. It's definitely seems to be a well-traveled road. I'm talking to some of the older people, which I believe a lot of these little houses through here weren't built until like 70s or 80s. This all used to just be old farmland. And there's a few older houses through here. It's a sugar house right there. Decided to put an addition on. But yeah, a lot of these houses are 50 years old or less. To the other road, basically back to the home property. Yeah, it's definitely a nice area. I like it. Just outside of town. It's pretty quiet for the most part. New house getting built across the road. And here's my house up on the left. Brick playground. But the original intentions were for this just to be a tire review video, but okay, gave you a tour in northern New York. Like I said before, we're located about 20 minutes from the Canadian border, so I mean we're actually true northern New York. Yeah, if you like the area, it's definitely some stuff worth seeing. It's quiet though. I mean, there's not a lot of big tourist attractions up here, but it's a nice area. And you know, that's the view out the driveway every day. I mean, it's quiet up here. You know, a lot of people would like to have, you know, that to look out, you know, versus city life. Thanks again. Catch you next time.